Alright, so I just wanted to take a quick video today. I was able to get a bit of a head start on the work I was doing. On the instructions, first I'm on the first step of removing the front suspension. Just want to go over a couple things here. First off, let's see if I can, that is the top of the front shock. On the passenger side, it's not 15 millimeters as the instructions say, at least on my 89 it's not. The 15 millimeter did get it, it was close enough. So I don't know exactly what it was, but it's close enough. And down here on the bottom, at least again on my 89, sorry for the poor light, these are a 1/2 inch. So I don't know what year was the trial vehicle, but definitely for my 89, 15 on the top is slightly too big, but 14 is slightly too small, but 15 was close enough that I was able to get it. There wasn't hardly any resistance, so I was able to screw it off. These are definitely 1/2 inch, so I'm going to be taking these off here in just a moment. So I want to record that just for my 89 at least. These are 1/2 inch and not 15 millimeter as stated in the instructions. Alright, so I got the shocks out now. Minor correction, the bolts here that go on the bottom, the 1/2 inch worked, but it seemed like the 12 millimeter was a better fit, so I ended up using a 12 millimeter to get those off. So again, I have an 89, so don't know if that makes a difference. The instructions say 15 mil. I did use a 15 millimeter on the top, but I only used a 12 millimeter there on the bottom. So now I'm going to start taking out the looks like the control arms next. Alright, thanks. Actually, I take that back. Looking at the instructions, the sway bar links are the next item to come out. So that's what I'll get on next, is the sway bar links. Alright, so I have the big bolt of the sway bar link off, and is 18 millimeter was what fit, 19 was too big. And then on the other side, as a star, when I tried to take just the bolt off, it just spun, so I had to put this in. Glad I had it. This is 407, so got these at Walmart. They were cheap, pretty cheap. So I'll go ahead and get the upper one off and see what size it is. Thank you. Alright, one sway bar link is off. The top was 15 millimeter, so that in the instructions, at least again for my 89, is correct. So now do the other side. I won't record anything for that, but I will have both off here in just a moment. Alright, so just continuing on with the work. Got the bottom end of the track bar unhooked. It is a 15 millimeter bolt, as it says in the instructions. And then here at the end, this is the next step. This is the steering they say to remove, and that is at least on my 89, it's a 19 millimeter. So I'll get those off, and then the last step on page 1 is the spring, so I'll be taking those off next. Alright, so this is the last step. Well, removing the spring is the last step, but I have to remove the retainer bolts first, and mine are a 1/2 inch, which is different than what's in the instructions. So, but these are 1/2 inch on mine. So again, I have a 89. Don't know what difference that makes from what was originally done. So, all right. Taking the spring retainers off, and I'm letting the axle droop. It's not resting on my jack, but I guess because of the control arms or whatever, it's not drooping low enough to allow me to get the spring out. If this was a stock suspension without that spacer, I think it would be enough, but because of that spacer, I'm going to have to crank the spring down just a little bit with my spring compressors here, so this is always a fun job. Alright, I'll show you when it's all done. Alright, so I just want to take last video for today. I'm going to stop work. It's 100 plus degrees outside and like 60% humidity, so I'm exhausted and done. I'm not in a big hurry to get this done, so I'm going to take my time, make sure I do it right. But got the spring off, got the shock off, sway bar link is off, steering is off. So one thing I did do that wasn't in the instructions here on the driver's side, to get to the top of the shock, I did go ahead and take the air box out so I could fit my arm in there. Made life a lot easier. Don't know if other people have to do the same sort of thing or if I just have fat arms, but anyways, that made that a lot easier for me. The one on the passenger side is nice and open, convenient for a wrench to get to. Today's videos have been brought to you by MetalCloak and PB Blaster. Even after hitting as many bolts as I could think to get, what was that, Thursday or Friday? It was a Thursday. There were a couple of them that didn't want to come undone, so a couple quick shots of second dose of PB Blaster, let it sit a few minutes, and then tried again, and they came right on out. So definitely is a product that is worth its cost. So, but now I have a set of springs and shocks that I'm going to give away free to whomever would like it. Probably somebody local, preferably. So, anyways, okay, if you have any questions, this was this first page of the PDF instructions that come with the kit. Obviously, there's a lot more pages. I think this whole thing has 21 pages, but not all of those are actual instructions. So each piece, I tried to record a video after each piece of this with information pertaining to each step. Hopefully that helps increase the usability of the instructions, as well as, the accuracy of the instructions, as well as let other people see what I'm doing, make sure I'm doing it right, and B, if you're stuck on a specific part, that it makes things a little bit easier for you. Thanks for watching.